What's going on, everybody? This is Goofy Rexy. I hope you guys are all doing well today. Also, if you're watching this video on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Much appreciated for the support and sending you guys a lot of love, a lot of support too as well this year. I know it's been a tough year, so just thinking of you and hope that you guys are going to have a great and happy Thanksgiving today, and of course for the rest of the week as well. So in today's video, we're actually going to be covering some orb management stuff. So I know previously before something that's been asked about on my Twitch chat, you know, talking about orb management, how do you go about doing it? So I'm actually just going to be covering some quick basics today. Actually, I'm going to jump right over to the screen here. It's going to be covering some quick basics when it comes to orb management, kind of how I go about doing it from a beginner standpoint, right? So, you know, what orb should you open up in the beginning? What orb should you save? Things like that. I'm going to be breaking it down based on your character orbs, and then also going to be talking about your resource orbs, you know, too, as well, on how to go about that. Also, your store orbs, your Blitz orbs, your raid orbs. We're going to talk about those, you know, orbs also. So let's dive right into it. Actually, let's talk directly about it. So when it comes to your orb management, this is actually my baby account. So this is an account that I started about 5 months ago. You know, so I've been progressing relatively well. It's already at level 75. I've spent probably a total, I believe, of $23, you know, on the account. I am very light. I'm a very light spender, cheap to play player. You know, as I call myself, your resident guppy, you know, player when it comes to Marvel Strike Force. So the way I approach, you know, resources, where I approach the game is from a cost-effective approach. So this is what I believe is not necessarily the best way, but an effective way for me. So obviously, if you're playing the game a little bit differently, you may want to adjust certain things, but I'm hoping that this will still kind of give you a principle and a guideline here in regards to what you should do. So let's talk about it. I believe that in the beginning part of the game, what you should do if you're just starting out day one is that you should actually open up every single orb, mainly your character orbs. You know, your character orbs, I believe, are going to be the biggest ones that you should definitely open up. You know, for me, like your premium orbs, I have 5 of them right now, gonna be opening them up soon. You know, won't do it on this video, but I'm gonna be opening them up right after this video. The character orbs are probably gonna be your most important orbs in the very beginning. You need characters. This is a character collection game, and with it being a character collection game, what you're gonna want to do is that you're gonna want to make sure that you're opening up all these orbs so that you can get these character shards. So you know, you're gonna either get from premium orbs, it's gonna be 50 shards, or you're gonna get 25 shards, or you're going to get, you know, 15 shards for a particular character. I believe that there's about 130 characters that are in the premium orb, with Minerva and Yo-Yo being at a higher drop rate at 2%. You're gonna be able to, those are the characters that are in the premium orb. So not opening up character orbs like your premium orbs, like your milestone orbs, like your basic orbs. Those kind of orbs, you're going to be crippling and you're going to be hurting yourself if you're not opening up those orbs. So I would 100% recommend to you that you open up all of your character orbs in the very beginning part of the game, because you're going to need those shards in order to be able to collect those characters. And you could get lucky. I got lucky. I opened up, you know, I got a 50 drop for Hela, you know, when I first started this account, which allowed me to unlock her, and I was able to use her within the first 2 months of playing this game. And being able to use her in arena, being able to use her in raids, things like that, right? So you can get lucky by opening up your orbs and doing it on a consistent basis. I would say in the very beginning part of the game, make sure that you are opening up character orbs. Some other orbs where you can get characters from too as well is going to be the Blitz store. So your Blitz orb, you do have characters that you can either. So these are the characters that show up in the Blitz orb. Rescue these characters here, you know. All of these characters are going to be in the Blitz orb, with the additional increased drop rate of you being able to get Domino at a 5-star drop. Once again, in the beginning part of the game, I recommend that you actually open up Blitz orbs, because it's going to be hard for you to get enough Blitz credits to hard farm characters. So until you can get enough Blitz credits to farm characters, so hard farm characters or target farm characters, I absolutely recommend that you actually go into the Blitz store and that you open up the Blitz orbs when you do have the credits to open up the said Blitz orb. And just so that you know, you need 350 Blitz credits in order to be able to open up an orb. So like I said, I would 100% make sure that you're opening up Blitz orbs And I also would also make sure that you're opening up raid orbs in the very beginning, part of the game too. So you're not, once again, you're probably not gonna have enough credits to be able to hard farm characters. So I 100% say that your best bet in the beginning, if you're not getting enough raid credits in the raid store, to make sure that you are opening up raid orbs, because you're still gonna be able to have an opportunity there to pull and get character shards. You're gonna need those character shards to unlock characters so that you can use them on your roster. So 100% opening up those orbs first would be the ideal way for you to go when it comes to the orbs. Now, let's talk about your resource orbs. So what am I talking about with resource orbs? I'm talking about also actually should mention this too as well. When you do have these new character releases, there tend to be orbs that you can open up with cores. Cores are very valuable, resource, because you need them for camp and energy refreshes. So if you have an abundance of them, if there's a new character that comes into the game and you're not spending to buy that character, you can then use some of your cores to open up some of these orbs. Keep in mind, it is RNG based. All orbs are RNG based in regards to what you're going to land anyways. So I would say it's at your own risk. I definitely would not open up, these. For me, I wouldn't. Unless I have an abundance of power cores to do it. That's the only time that I would actually open up, these new character orbs, if I were you. Now, when it comes to these resource orbs, or these resource orbs, which I'm talking about, like your gold orbs, your gold orbs, your training orbs, your ability orbs, it's kind of depending on how you want to play the game. For me personally, as you can see, when it comes to gold orbs, I don't open a lot of gold orbs. And the reason why I don't open a lot of gold orbs all the time. The reason why is because I pride myself on not spending too much gold every single day. I typically spend about 1 to 1.3 million gold every single day. And I know that I can spend that amount because typically I'm going to get that same amount back by my daily objectives, by, farming characters, doing blitzes, doing other things. I'm going to be able to get that gold back that I'm going to be spending in that day. So I typically like to save my gold orbs, for a rainy day, right? It's for a time frame when I don't have enough gold. I'm down to like maybe 200,000 gold. I know that I can then go back to gold orbs and open up some gold here, and I have an abundance of them. So now I know, okay, Goofy, you have an opportunity now. Even now that you've run out of gold over here, I can go ahead and I can open up some gold orbs. So that would be one thing that I would recommend, is just saving your gold orbs just so that you can, use them on a rainy day, right? Now, when it comes to these other resources, not your basic orbs, but your training orbs and your ability orbs, when you do get, the fragments for these orbs, then I absolutely would open them up. Don't wait. You're going to need training mats all the time, especially in the beginning to the mid game point. You're probably going to not have as much as you would desire to. So make sure that you open up these orbs as much as possible. Ability orbs, same thing. You're going to need all your mats. You're going to need your training, your ability mats to be able to upgrade characters' abilities. So 100%, I would say, make sure that you are opening up these orbs as quickly as you possibly can for your training orbs. We talked about milestone orbs already. These are your character orbs. You can get some gear, from the milestone orbs too. Once again, making sure that you're opening them up all the time. You don't need to save these orbs anymore. Usually before people would save them, but milestone orbs, you don't really need to save them anymore, because I believe that they're going to be changing them to making them seasonal. So therefore you don't necessarily really need to, kind of fix these or to save these orbs anymore, in my personal opinion. Mega orbs, also open up those mega orbs. You could get a big, nice little 50 drop of a character. You could get really lucky, getting some good characters from the mega orbs. So once again, opening up those orbs, I think, is very crucial and very important for your growth as a beginner player. Now, the orbs that you save, I already talked about your gold orbs, saving those for when you kind of have like a rainy day. Definitely, I would save those orbs then. The other orb that I would save would also be your red star orbs. And the reason why I would save your red star orbs is that there's always typically new character releases. Like in this particular instance, I actually have already opened up 10 orbs for Yellow Jacket. I'm going to open up these remaining 5 orbs, like I said, sometime after this video. With your red star orbs, what I would do with red star is that I would save those and kind of compile those until there's a new character release. when there's a new character release, there's an increased drop rate that you will get for those new characters. So 15%, increased drop rate for those new characters. So you want to try to make sure that you land high red stars on those new characters. And on top of that, by pulling those orbs, you're still going to be able to get red stars on your older characters that you also had to as well. So saving them is not a bad thing to do. When it comes to your red star orbs, I would definitely say saving your red stars, wait until you have those new character releases, open up your orbs for those new character releases would absolutely be the way that I would go, when it comes to your red star orbs, just to make sure that you're getting, like I said, those red stars. You're increasing the opportunity to land red stars on new characters. And it's important for you to get red stars on new characters because they're the new wave. Typically old characters, they do get power crept. So you want to make sure that you're getting good red stars on newer characters because that's going to kind of be the future of Marvel Strike Force. So you want to make sure that you're getting good orbs, landing good orbs on those particular characters. Now, when do you not need to open up character orbs? It's really kind of up to you. For me, I don't, because of where I am right now, as you can see, I have kind of let my basic orbs kind of pile up at the moment because I am 5 months into this account. I'm not pressing for every single shard, so I can kind of be a little bit lax when it comes to basic orbs. And sometimes when you're saving up, not particularly basic orbs, but sometimes if you have, character orbs that you don't necessarily need the characters from those orbs, not premiums. Premiums you should open, I think, for the most part, until you get to very, very, very late game, but there are times where they do sort of orb events, like orb opening events, typically every 6 months or so, so the benefit to saving some of these orbs, like maybe, like I said, those gold orbs, maybe some other character orbs, that you have available, your Blitz Orbs, maybe not opening those orbs immediately if you can spare to do so, because you don't need those characters, then I would save those orbs because that there's going to be an orb opening event coming around. Same thing with right now, I have a bunch of blue gear raid orbs. I have a bunch of those saved and I'm not using these anymore because I don't have any sort of need for any more blue gear on this account. Not a lot of it right now. If I did, then I would open up, these orbs. So if I don't need the gear right now, if I don't need anything that's in that orb, and I don't open up that orb, my purple gear raid orbs, I do need to open these. I will be opening these. My orange gear raid orb, I don't need anything from the orange gear raid orb right now based on where I'm sitting in my account. So I'm saving these because I know, once again, if there is an orb opening event that rolls around where I can get some milestones and get some other nice little sweet little things, from those, then I 100% will make sure that I go ahead and I will open up, those orange gear raid orbs. So I would say the orbs that you don't need right now, initially, you save those orbs because that once there's an orb opening event, like I said, which typically happens every 6 months or so in the summertime, and then also towards the end of the year, typically, then I would save those orbs because you don't necessarily need them right away. But your character orbs in the very beginning part of the game, to probably be even your mid-game point, I would definitely open up every single one of those orbs because you need those character shards, and any big drop that you get from a premium orb, a mega orb, a milestone orb could be really, really helpful. I also should have mentioned this too as well. Your milestone orbs, that's the only way that you can get Symbiote Spider-Man, the only way that you can get, Coulson, Agent Coulson as well. So make sure that you're also opening up, those orbs for that reason. But listen, I'm going to digress here. I feel like I've kind of touched into everything. I should also talk about your War Store orbs too. I would say do not spend your War Store credits on opening it up like blue gear war orbs, your purple gear war orbs. I would only do it for your orange gear. For your raid credits, like I said, the only orb I would open up would be your raid orbs. For that, I would not spend your raid credits on any of these orbs. I wouldn't spend cores, on these other orbs here either. So like your legacy orbs, your training orbs, your ability orbs, don't spend your cores. Once you get the fragments, you open up the orbs, but don't spend any of your actual cores, your raid credits, on these other orbs, your war credits on these other orbs either. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I just do it for your orange gear is what I would do. But listen, I'm going to digress. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I try to be as detailed and as thorough as possible, but it's hard to cover everything in one video. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can catch me on Twitch. I'm there live. You also can catch me in there's a link. All my links are down below to my Twitch, to my Discord. So if you have any sort of questions that you want to ask me live, please do. I'm happy to help, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope this video was helpful. Appreciate you guys so much. Be blessed and be safe.